raising him right here, as the Mountaineer gets to make a friend for life. At 141, that Jordan Titus Tagen Jamison bout. Titus, the only unbeaten wrestler on the WVU roster right now, 5-0 versus ranked guys. And he's got one here in Tagen Jamison, 8-0, or he's ranked number 8 this season. He is 13-3, another Minnesota transfer for head coach John Smith. So this one should be the first of a couple really good bouts we've got between ranked wrestlers this afternoon.
Well, there's no doubt in the dual meet, Oklahoma State had a huge advantage in the first 2 weight classes, right? They still have an advantage in most of the other weight classes, only that advantage shrinks a little bit more.
And West Virginia's depth got tested a little bit at 125 and 123. Jordan Titus has taken 141, put a stranglehold on it. Meanwhile, Jamison has got Titus's left leg in a stranglehold.
He's doing a nice job, and we'll see how much weight he's putting on it and trying to slide back around the back corner. And Titus tries that roll through. The question is, you know, whether there might be danger at some point in time, and they're going to get a stalemate here.
Titus not done either. One of the things
did they give him a takedown?
They did.
Called that a takedown. Oh, my.
Tagen Jamison with a 3-0 lead in the bout.
That's a shocker to me. I was trying to figure out why Coach Flynn seemed like he was upset.
I was trying.
Now I know. Now I know.
There's the leg of Jamison. Titus to his feet. He gets the escape. Wants more.
So Titus does some nice stuff. I mean, just some probably a little unorthodox. You're not used to some of the things that he does, which I think catches people off guard a little bit. He moves in some ways other people don't normally do. And he's gotten better at that, obviously, in where he was early in his career, where he took some risks that he didn't really need to take and tried to force a couple of things. He's getting much better at reading those pressures and staying in better position.
That's what Tim Flynn told us. He's more mature than last year, better on his feet offensively and defensively. And he's glad to see Titus getting some of the success, because he said Titus is was the hardest worker last summer. The guy was there every day.
I mean, and again, I mean, you go from being 500 to having a winning record or being even undefeated at times. I mean, it's not that much. There are little tiny details and things, and the difference between whether you score or whether they score. Titus really trying to get through there. He loves that roll through and putting him on his back, which he didn't get. You saw that Jamison did a nice job of countering that, so they kept his weight back. But here we're in a interesting scramble. I think Titus is in some trouble.
Titus saved by the bell.
Yes.
Oklahoma State thinks they got a takedown. Here's the one that you and I might have been wondering about earlier, Tony.
Yeah, I don't. Did they say he was in danger or something? I mean, took a good foot in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't challenge it, though. Maybe they don't feel like challenging it something this early in the match. You don't get it. I mean, you're out of challenges, but I don't know. I'm at a loss on that.
Did you see anything takedown worthy there?
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't know. And maybe I totally missed something. Maybe it was a little bit before the part that we showed in the clip. There wasn't anything that looked like he was in danger enough that they would call it a danger takedown. He certainly wasn't in the position where you would call control. So, yeah, I don't know.
So they wrestle on.
Count. You know, usually when you're in danger, you see a count.
Don't see the count. They wrestle on as Titus, number 9 in his weight class, against number 8 Tagen Jamison. Jamison, a native of Oklahoma. Champion at the Lindenwood Open against his teammate Sammy Alvarez. We may see at the next weight class. I think what we just saw is going to be how this match goes, Tony. See a little bit of feeling each other out, and then I think when the action comes, it's going to be like a blizzard.
It'll be fast and furious, no doubt about that.
Sorry if blizzard was a trigger word for many of you out there.
Well, and look, I don't know that you can score by just going nice and slow into things anyway. I mean,
Right.
when you attack, you have to attack. Oh, well.
We're a minute 15 into the second period and not a lot of action.
Well, you know, when you're looking at it from a stylistic standpoint, you can see that Jamison is trying to get Titus to step into him, and Titus is not stepping into him, so they're circling a little bit, playing around with that space. And this is where, you know, Titus got to be pretty good from distance. A couple of times Jamison's had that shot. There's a nice again.
Going
nice
for the
single
double,
again.
settles for the single. Still working.
Got 7 seconds left.
Titus still on his feet, tries to roll through. Did he get a takedown at the buzzer? Tim Flynn thinks so.
So it looks like
I think he just ran out of time, Tony.
Oklahoma State was looking for a 3-point takedown there, which they have an argument on that one. That is far closer to have a takedown than whatever happened in the first period.
It was right in front of us, and Jordan Titus very definitely was trying to stay off the mat, any part of his body.
So there used to be that if you touch the mat, it was considered a takedown right there, but you have to show control, and that looks like control. Titus rolls through because he loves those Grambies, and he rolls through. Now,
who has the better point? Who has the better case, rather, for takedown?
If you're looking at it, Jamison has a better case for a takedown. Titus has, I don't know if they could potentially give him an escape there. I don't know about the answer to that. But likely, if they do.
This is a different angle.
So, I mean, Jamison does a nice job of just continuing to work around the corner, sort of takes that whizzer away. Then he gets up around the waist here, and then, so that used to be the takedown, but right there, I guess the question is whether that's considered a takedown now or not. And he doesn't have any supporting points other than his feet, but Jamison's behind him, sort of in a riding position.
Titus's shoulder was on the mat, but he was using that to flip over.
So, that's a, now they called it no takedown. They'd have to find something to change that, I would think.
And what is your long-standing theory?
My long-standing thing is most people don't change their original call.
They're challenging their own thinking.
Because they're challenging their own thought process. You're exactly right. My own decision-making. And did something happen that I didn't see? Well, those two guys are standing right there, not more than a couple feet away.
Either way, we got a pretty tight bout, and now 2 periods down. You've got just 1 to go. Both of these guys get a pretty nice little mental reset here and a physical reset, maybe a chance to catch their breath. This should be a really exciting third period now they've got this little bit of a timeout.
Well, you would think so. So right now, the score's either going to be 3-2 or it's going to be 6-2. But again, takedowns are 3 points. Titus hasn't done a real good job of threatening Jamison a whole lot. This delay has happened a lot. If you're going to have this much of a delay, then I don't know what the thing is, right?
Yeah, here it is slowed down. But you're right.
Okay, so last year, that's a takedown. This year, you're not sure because it's just a hand touch. And does he demonstrate control? I feel like I'm in the NFL.
Right.
And we're trying to demonstrate whether the ball moved or not when he hit the ground. That's what I feel like we're doing.
They're looking at a few different things here.
Right. Yeah.
Do my best Gene Steratore impression.
Yeah, right. And so now nobody knows what a takedown is anymore. I don't. Yep. So
nobody scores.
So call is confirmed.
I think Titus, if he has maybe a few more seconds, gets a takedown. I think Titus, or rather, Jamison was saved by the bell on Titus's attempt.
Well, Titus did a nice job of continually wrestling, right? Because if he stops there, it's definitely a takedown. And Jamison's up 6-2. He doesn't, and he does that nice Granby roll, which he's really good at, and almost comes through with being on top. So
Jamison has an advantage in riding time, but not enough for a point. So that ability to wrestle through in the final seconds of the second period may save Jordan Titus's bacon, and it definitely will if he's able to get a takedown.
Well, look, you're within the margin, right? So it's a 4-2 match. There's no riding time in play at the moment. There's only 25 seconds, and so a takedown is a huge for either person actually. But a takedown certainly puts Jordan Titus up ahead, and it actually splits the score a little bit for Jamison.
Jamison
nice
left,
job there.
now the right.
See, this is the stuff that Titus is really good at. But it's still not a takedown. He's trying to get under that foot.
Just back to what we were talking about earlier, Tony. Titus continuing to wrestle through.
Right, continuing to wrestle, and he does a nice job in this situation. James now tries to get the front inside leg, doesn't get it. We're back in that just a countering situation with the single leg. Jamison trying to, well, Titus is in a good spot now because Jamison's a little far forward on that leg. Titus going to try to hook the ankle.
Are we close to seeing the same for stalemate?
Drive back. We got people in the crowd trying to yell too.
People want points. People want stalemate.
Right. Depends on who you're rooting for at the moment. Jamison holding on to dear life to that leg. We got a lot of time going. There's only 10 seconds left in the match.
Titus really is going to be running out of time right here, and that's the story. That's the story of the bout. Is Jamison saved by the bell?
That was a heck of a scramble and a heck of a way to end up that. I mean, they're both exhausted, right?
Not how I saw that going. I didn't really see them working on one another on the mat. I saw maybe a lightning quick move here or there and a duck under, something like that. I did not see those two just grinding each other into the mat for 50 seconds.
It was a heck of a scramble, and the positioning that you're trying to do and the leverage that you're trying to gain in that process. And both of them did a really nice job of it, of moving